You don't want the top 100 coins, man.
Word catastrophic rise inside of momentum, right? We're seeing a huge.
Yo quiero pues que sepan cómo trabajo yo mi operativa.
Now, we know that once we have a resistance zone in the market, right, it's because it's creating a wall.
We have started to see USD CAD slow down quite a bit.
Okay. Let's get started here. Welcome. Let's see. Let me start sharing here. All right. Let's give it a few minutes. Let's go ahead and make sure everyone that we are sharing this information with all of our fellow educators, classmates, traders, friends, families, everyone. Share the link. We'll give it a few minutes. Let everyone start getting in. And that way we can go ahead and start. Let's go, everybody. We are here today. What a beautiful day. It is June 19th. And what a blessed time to be here, to be alive, right? Where's everyone tuning in from? Let's see it. Put it in the chat. Where are you tuning in from? Where are you tuning in from? Where are you? Oh, you're tuning in from the gym. All right. Go ahead, Brooks. All right. Perfect. Okay, we'll just give it a few more minutes. We have a tremendous day today. All roads lead to the view. We're going to be speaking about very important things that are happening within the company, within our industry, with all the educators here. And, we're really going to speak about the importance of exploring mindset shifts. All right, very important. So we'll just give it a few more minutes. Go ahead, everyone, and let me see if I can have my educators, my panelists, if you can put your video cameras on, and that way we can start getting this going. Hold on a second. I'm trying to see. All right. Perfect. Okay. All right. I love it. We have a full panelist this week, and I see it as being like the crypto crips over here. I love it. So, all right. So let's go ahead and get started. So, all right, guys, welcome to the Akashic, the Traders Circle Forum. Okay. And we're here every week. And what I decided to go ahead and do is, hey, why don't we go ahead and showcase our educators? We really want you guys to really connect with the educators, understand where they're coming from, what they're thinking about, and their train of thought, and how they became, in the field that they're in. And that way you guys are more than welcome to follow along, and also see if, you might connect with one of the educators that you did not even understand that they were on the platform. It happens all the time. So we're here just to elevate everyone. All right. My name is Claudia Pimentel. They call me Claudia 1 Million. All right. And I'm going to just give this opportunity to each of the educators for them to introduce themselves to you guys. And just a little quick like in 1 or 2 sentences, just a quick background of who you are and what your specialty is in this field. And let's start with Mr. Carlos. You're muted.
There we go. Can you hear me loud and clear? Awesome. Well, Claudia, thank you for inviting me onto this excellent session. And, it's an honor to be with this panel. I've been in the crypto space since 2016, been teaching, training, and showing people how to create cryptocurrency portfolios and secure their assets and earn multiple streams of crypto within the crypto space. So it's just been an awesome blessing, and it's been life-changing, not just for myself and my family, but for a lot of my friends and a lot of our students. So I'm excited to be here.
Thank you so much. Definitely the crypto space. I'll tell you, that's one of the hot topics of the century right now, right? Because we're evolving. Okay, so I see the next person I'm going to introduce. Go ahead, Jay. Let everybody know who you are, what your specialty is, and so forth.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? My name is Jay Singh. I'm also called the Wi-Fi investor. I've been in the crypto space since about 2017. Honestly, it is one of the most lucrative, like insane markets that is out there. You can make so much money from this market, guys. It's absolutely insane. And what I personally teach is everything that has to do with the blockchain, because there's so many different ways to make money out of the blockchain, multiple streams of income for sure, out of the metaverse, out of cryptocurrency trading, out of just dollar cost averaging. There's so much out there, guys. NFTs, it just absolutely blows your mind. So, it's definitely changed my life as well. So I love being able to educate on something that I'm so passionate about. And I love seeing you guys on these sessions, really, really getting these results from being on there. So let's get to it.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Again, you see, guys, crypto technology. And then we have Miss Z Evans, and she brings the fire and the sauce. I'll tell you, because binary training is going berserk right now with this young lady. And Z, if you would please introduce yourself. Thank you so much.
Hey guys, how you doing? I only deal with the crypto when it comes to funding up how to trade binary, right? But I'm so excited to be here with the crypto crew. I love everything crypto myself. I am Z. I am been in the trading realm, the binary realm for about 4 years now. And what I do is time-based trading. So essentially, we get into the market within close to 20 to 30 minutes, and it's a way to just grow your money exponentially, and with some kind of like instant earnings. So it's definitely a way to learn. And I like to say that I'm the start of your trading journey, because once you make the money, you can then put it into your crypto portfolio and grow it that way. So everything kind of goes hand in hand. So super excited to be here. Super honored to be on this call with you guys.
Perfect. Thank you for sharing. All right. So let me see who's out there. Let me see some ones in the chat, some fire emojis if you are hearing and feeling our educators today, because we are going to really get into it, because we have a fire week ahead of us, guys. Seriously, it might be a vacation today, but you guys got to get prepared for this week. We have massive announcements happening with the company, massive growth within MDC, within Akasha itself, where we're about to blow up the industry. When you guys, if you do not understand what is happening, that's why we're here today. We're going to be really diving deep into, how we're progressing and how we are number one, and this is just gonna blow everyone out the water. Seriously, guys. So you have to be very aware that, you know, you're blessed to be here at the beginning of this transition, and no one's gonna be able to touch us as a company after this, after everything that's gonna go. So today's topic, what we're speaking about is what all roads lead to what? A view from the edge. All right, guys. Number one, if you haven't gotten your ticket, you're falling behind schedule. Chop, chop. Go get your ticket. Make sure you show up. All right. This is a company event. Let me tell you something. And I'm going to share this with you guys. And I'm getting really animated because if it wasn't for that first event that I attended, okay, I wouldn't be here today. It took me to go to this one event, the first one I went into Texas, okay, thousands of people. And that's where I got my flow. I was so energized. I realized that I wasn't the only person in this industry, that everyone is there to win it, to help, okay? And it really impacted my life that I decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to get really into the crypto, start learning more. Heck, I learned how to set up my MetaMask wallet that day, and 3 days later, history was made. So I'm telling you guys, it's very important. All right. Not only are you going to get information, but guess what? You're going to be able to shake hands and meet the educators. Josh, the owner of the company, is going to be there. A lot of individuals. If you are trying to progress, right, you have to stay close to the fire. Okay. And this is what an opportunity that you're going to get really close to the fire. You might even start burning. Your own little flame's going to start going off. All right. So that's what we're here for. So we're going to really start speaking about the importance, right, of exploring mindset shifts. Okay. And you might hear this repetition going, right? Because trading is repetitive, same thing, same charts, you're going to see, right? But it comes back to mindset. All right. So my first question to these extraordinary individuals is this. In your experience, okay, think about this, guys. In your experience, how important is it for the traders to explore and really embrace the mindset shifts? Like, how can it positively impact their trading journey? And I would like for you guys to really connect that with the road to the view. Okay. Z, I'm going to start with you.
Okay. So EVENT stands for Enhance Vision, Erase Negative Thoughts. So when it comes to trading an event, you enhance your vision. So essentially think of it like this. I might be a lone trader, right? And all of a sudden I go and I meet Wi-Fi investor himself. Now I'm meeting him and he got on, let's say, and he got on like a Rolex watch that I never know the price of. And he's driving, like he looks like this really clean cut person. I'm just like, well, how did you do it? And he's telling you like, I'm a trader, you know, I'm into crypto, I'm into all these things. And all of a sudden it enhanced my vision, right? And what I needed to do and where I needed to go, because sometimes our vision is limited in the space that we're in. And so by enhancing it, you got to go to an event, right, to talk about it. And I know for me, going to trading events was literally mind-blowing for me, to see successful traders, to rub elbows with successful traders, to even talk about the trading journey, to understand it, and to know that it would be my time when it was my time, right? And I know that at the View, you get to meet us. Shout out to Josh, he wanted all of the educators from Akash to be there, right? So he blessed us with an opportunity to be there. And so you get to meet us, and now we're not somebody that's just a distance behind the screen. Now we're somebody tangible. Now we're somebody real and can be in a human mindset for you. So I see the power for that.
Perfect. Thank you for sharing. You see, guys, it's all about the events. It goes hand in hand. You're going to enhance your vision. And like I said, you want to grow big, you got to stay close to the fire, right? Because success leaves clues. And what type of an opportunity when you have the owner of a company that actually on his call today, because we have new products that are going to be enhancing the company, right? Going to be part of the company. He volunteered today and let everyone know that, hey, he's willing to do one-on-one with teams to get that going. So this is such an opportunity for everyone to really collaborate as a team, as a company, for everyone to meet, shake hands, take pictures, all right? And it's one of, listen, when you're in front of an educator, your conversation is going to turn different. They might say something that you've never even thought about, ever even heard on the screen, ever anything. And if it wasn't because you were there that moment, that time, that moment, it'll completely change your life. All right. And I'm serious when I'm saying this. So let's go. Number 2, let's go, Jay. How about for yourself? What is your thoughts with the topic?
I think really important about the trading mind shifts, right? It's kind of like how I perceive the markets. They're very volatile, so they constantly go up and down, up and down, up and down. And that's really how a trader's mindset is as well, right? Sometimes it's positive, sometimes it's negative. But if you can embrace the fact that, hey, I'm going through this transition in my trading journey, and you could really pinpoint exactly what it is, you can be a very successful trader. So I think that's why, like, experiencing those trading mind shifts is key. And what I personally do is, like, I'll like jot it down. So if I know that, hey, I'm going through a little bit of a low point, I know that I'm going to go ahead and figure out what it is exactly. Is it my strategy? Am I not doing my fundamental analysis? Am I being too fast and patient with the markets? Right. So, realizing that there is volatility, just like in the markets, in your mind as well, can really, really be a game changer for you. So recognizing those patterns, like, they are key. So trading mind shifts for sure. As far as like a positive mind shift, once you really get into it, there's no stopping you, right? Like Claudia said, you're like fire. So, it just keeps growing and growing and expanding. Nobody can water you down. So, that's the very important thing about, trading mind shifts and really realizing where you're at. Now, as far as events goes, those are key. Those are places that you're going to go to really expedite that growth. Because if you're not networking with the people that you're watching on a screen, it's great to see us on a screen, right? Like, it's amazing, you can learn a lot, but to have that human interaction and see that we're not just people behind a screen, we're just like you guys, right? We talk the same, we eat the same, we breathe the same, everything is all like normal and the same, right? So being able to experience that, and being around like-minded people, right? Guess what? You're also going to go ahead and get that type of abundance mindset. So I think events are absolutely crucial, and also recognizing trading mind shifts is absolutely crucial.
Thank you for sharing, Jay. And see, once again, guys, let me see some ones in the chat. And if you are getting the information, that you're actually understanding that it coincides. So, right, one exists within the other. Events are key. All right, especially with mindset, mind shifts, mindset, places, events, people, fire. All right. Okay, so how about let's continue with Mr. Carlos. Thank you for joining us today. And again, from your experience, how important is it for the traders to explore, embrace the mindset shifts, and how can it positively impact their trading journey, especially attending an event?
Yep. Awesome. Yeah. Well, let me tell you, as far as mindset goes and mindset shifts, it's just a part of life. It's something that we're going to always be learning from and growing from. And as a trader and as an investor, there's always going to be ups, downs, peaks, and valleys. And you got to be prepared and ready to embrace those ups, downs, and those peaks and those valleys. And one thing that I've learned over the years is that you need to educate yourself as much as you can so that you have that proper mindset. And you do that a couple of ways. You do that by plugging into the academy, right? Getting on these live sessions, and also by mingling and meeting the team, right? Meeting the educators. And if you can do that in person, a couple of things. Now, this was a big mind shift. And you mentioned that when you went to an event in Texas, everything changed for you, right? So leaders are made at events. And this is a fact, right? Every multimillionaire and billionaire attends events, even Warren Buffett, right? So you have to get out to an event so that you can start to meet and mingle with people that are making it happen, making those moves. And if you attend the View, you're going to be able to meet us in person. That's going to be a shift within itself. If this is the first event that you ever go to, it's going to be a new shift, right? And let me tell you, I grew up in the Bronx. I grew up in New York, and really bad environment. And I remember when I first got involved in the home-based business industry, I was probably 18, 19 years old. I am 47 today. So it's been a long journey. It's been an amazing ride. And I was in this bubble, in this environment, and I thought that that was my reality. I thought that was the way it was meant to be. And I went to an event. I remember Anthony Robbins' event. And I went to this event, and then I met up with all of these other networkers. And from there, I was able to cross the street. Now, I want you to think about this. Malcolm Gladwell talks about, a broken window concept. It's called a broken window theory. So basically, if you live in this bad environment, even if you're sharp, intelligent, and bright, you will only get but so far because you are in this broken window environment. If it wasn't for me going to these events and meeting these people, I would have never crossed the street. And I'm talking about crossing the street for the first time. I was able to go from one state to another state. I was able to go from eating McDonald's to now going and sitting at a beautiful restaurant around the round table with other leaders. All of this was able to shift my mindset, right? And get me to that next level. And write this one down, guys. This is very important. Change your environment, change your life. Period, point blank. Change your environment, change your life. At all levels, you got to be crossing the street and shifting and following these signs. So make sure that you attend this event, make the sacrifice to go to this event. A couple of things are going to happen. You're going to meet everybody. You're going to get inspired, or you're not going to get inspired, right? It's just the way that goes. We know more than likely you're going to get inspired and you're going to meet the right people that's going to take you to the next level. And that's going to be that first step to crossing that street, right? It's also an investment in yourself, an investment in education. But guys, events is crucial, and you will never, ever succeed or get to the next level unless you attend events and you do what the millionaires do and you cross the street. When I lived in Miami, I moved from New York to Miami after the towers came down. And I lived in Miami Lakes, right? It was, on this area, 67th Avenue area. And it wasn't the best place as far as my apartment. And I remember I was building a network. I had 2 little kids, and I'm building this business. And a multimillionaire buddy of mine, he said, "Look, Carlos, you're sharp, you're intelligent, you're making good money. But if you want to go from $5,000 a month to $20,000 a month, you need to change your environment. You need to change your zip code." And I remember I was so nervous to go from living in this place that I was comfortable in to moving into a penthouse that's costing me $10,000 a month, right? Now, let me tell you, when I shifted and I moved from that place to this penthouse, the neighbors, I had a Saudi prince next door. I had Devon Best from the, Miami Dolphins was right in front of me. I had all of these professional athletes. I had lawyers, attorneys. I made more money, even though I was scared to cross the street and change. I made more money, not knowing how I was going to pay the bills. We hit it out the park living there, and we lived there for 6 years until we bought this house here. And let me tell you, It was the best thing that ever happened. And if it wasn't for me attending an event and hanging out with multimillionaires, and they told me, Carlos, you're doing everything right. You're just not around the right people and living in the right zip code. Change that and watch your income skyrocket. And that's exactly what happened, because now I'm around all of these people, all of these hot cars, exotic this, exotic that, and automatically you just start making more money because we already know what to do. Now you got to get around the people who are doing those things every single day. So I know I went a little longer. I apologize if I went a little longer, but this is dear to my heart because this is what changed my life. This is how I escaped the ghetto. This is how my story was featured in Chicken Soup for the Soul. And it's called Following the Signs. If I didn't follow those signs and cross the street and attend events, my family and I wouldn't be here today. So.
Thank you for sharing. That's simply amazing. He dropped some nuggets here today, some bomb information, guys. And he's absolutely 100% correct about being able to cross that street and putting yourself in a different environment. It truly is. It really is. If you surround yourself around fire, you'll start to light up. That's all I have to say. If you surround yourself with duds, then you're going to stay kind of duddy. All right, so let's keep moving. Let's speak to Ms. Z. Z, I would like for you to share about your event, like your first encounter and how that impacted your life. Maybe give us some details about the event that helped you grow as a trader.
Okay, it was actually in Houston. Yeah, it was my first. It wasn't my first event, but it was an event that happened in Houston. It happened in 2020. Yeah, so 3 years ago, it happened in 2020. I was actually there on my last few dollars. You know what I mean? I didn't cop a Frontier. I wasn't even Spirit qualified. I was Frontier qualified, right? And if you don't fly a lot, you wouldn't know the difference. But that Frontier, man, I was there. So I'm in Houston. We're at this the Airbnb is really it's in the hood of Houston. I don't know if nobody understood what the Airbnb was. It's in the hood of Houston, or on these camp style bunk beds and everything like that. I'm hungry, but I know I really can't eat much. So I'm on McDonald's and everything, but I'm at this event and we get there day one, it's kind of hectic, people crazy. It's just it was an event for sure, right? Everybody's you gotta get there, but it was an event. From my experience, it wasn't amazing at first, but then one of my mentors pulled up, and he pulled up in a G-Wagon, and I sat down in this G-Wagon, and I never knew that cars could have massage chairs in the seat. That blew my mind. I'm what? The seat was massaging me. I'm this is different, right? This is giving me different attitude. He got he got on his Amiri shirt, he got on all of this stuff, and he was all right, let's all go out to breakfast. And I'm I don't know how I'm about to get the water and just just say hello to everybody. But he ended up saying, Z, get what you want, I'm gonna pay for it. He paid for my food. I was oh my goodness. So now I got a full belly. I can see the vision of the event. But what the event did, it just warped my mind. It warped my mind into seeing that I'm in the right place and I'm surrounded by the right people. And I went from and that event had me crying because it touched my why. Why did I even get started in doing something like this? Made me find a new why as to expanding where I could go and what I could do. And some of the people that I was watching, like Carlos said, on a Zoom call, I was so in awe by them. And I'm looking at their different toys, the cars that they got, all these exotic cars and everything like that. And I said, all right, that's gonna be me. One day, I'm gonna be up there with them, and I'm gonna be, an educator and stuff. So I went to that event, making $0 and $0 in the company to leaving that event to impacting well over like 5,000 people, but personally impacting like 150 people in like 40 days. So it literally like changed my mindset, and it tapped me deep into trading, and it led me here now. So events, I can never be like, never not show up to an event. Like events for me, every time I go to one, whether it's like a baby event, a big event, my life increases on different levels that I never seen before, like, or I never even thought of before. So yeah, events for me, they hold a special place. Like
Thanks,
Carlos.
Steve. Thank you guys for sharing. And it just goes to show, her story kind of coincides as well. You keep hearing the same type of, right? The same type of feeling that, you weren't expecting anything. You went there, you were kind of on your last dollar. And then all of a sudden, all these doors start opening up, all these opportunities start opening up. Your mind starts to open up, the lid off your head starts to rattle off, right? And you start expanding your knowledge and those around you, right? Because they start filling your cup, which is super exciting. And I'm interested in finding out about Jay. Let's hear about your first event, or one of the events that really impacted you and how it turned into where you are today, if you don't mind sharing.
Absolutely. So I actually have a very similar story to Z, right? So this is back in 2016. I'm fresh out of high school. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. At the time I was an EMT, so I was working in the medical field, and it just kind of like made me realize, guys, like, when you're working a 9 to 5 and you're working 24 48 hour shifts, it is not the vibe. It's you never get time to spend with your family, you never get time to do what you love. And I remember a buddy of mine who was in the industry, they introduced me to this concept, and I was like, man, I'm mind blown. Like, what the heck? I've never heard of anything like this. I've only seen these people on TV, on social media. Like, they don't exist. There's no way they're real. So he's like, you know what, like, hey man, we're going to New York, we're gonna have this event, and there's gonna be top earners inside of this industry there. So I was like, bro, I got like $200 in my bank account, I don't know if I can make it. He's like, let's do it, spend what you got, get there, and just be there, live in the moment and enjoy it, and like really like try to absorb. So whatever. I go, I spend the last bit of my money, guys, and I finally get to New York. And, the second I get there, I'm immediately meeting high earners. I'm meeting people that own Lambos, that own Bugattis, like all of these crazy, crazy concept cars. And I'm just like, wow, like, how are you guys doing it? And, one of the things that I realized is it's a mindset thing. It's not really even about, hey, this guy is more talented, this person is smarter, this person has a higher IQ. Heck no. It's really about your mindset, your action, and your consistency. So those are the three things that I got away from my event, because they kept saying them over and over and over. Action, mindset, consistency. Those are the three pillars that will go ahead and take you to the next level. Because over time, what happens is, just like in the markets, I always love making these references, is you're compounding, right? You're compounding, you're earning, you're exponentially growing in a parabolic format, right? You're just absolutely exploding as who you are as a person. Right in the beginning, guys, if you guys are in the beginning of all this, trust me, it seems slow, it seems hard. It could be hard financially, it could be hard mentally, right? It can be hard as far as a learning experience. But at the end of the day, what you're doing is that you're slowly compounding your mind, right? And you're changing your frequency, you're changing your environment. Look at the fact that you are on this call today, says so much. It says that you have already made it. So the only thing that you're lacking is just the action and the consistency and the time. So that's what I got from my event. And I think it's definitely a game changer. From that point, I've gone to multiple events. I love them because I feel like they take me to the next level. I always learn something new. It always helps me grow. I love attending crypto events as well. So, I attended a NFT event with Robotos, which was crazy because, you look at, people buying these cartoon characters, quote unquote, right? These digital assets. And, some of them are doctors, some of them are engineers, some of them are, they're working on spaceships. And it's mind blowing to see, the community behind, all of these platforms and these markets. So, I think it's just absolutely a game changer, guys, when you attend these events, because you're going to go home and take something. One of the things that was the biggest thing for me, again, I went with like 5 or 6 people. We were all crammed into this hotel room, right? Like per people sleeping on the floor, somebody's like sleeping on like the damn cabinet, like somebody's in the bathtub. So, it was insane. And, what I realized is that I don't want to be in that environment. I was looking at the opposite side of that environment. I'm looking at these dudes, they're sleeping in the penthouse, right? They're pulling up with, G-Wagons and Lambos. And I'm like, man, like, why am I here? Why am I allowing myself to be here? So one of the things that you can really take away, guys, is this, right? You are the equivalent of the 5 people that you surround yourself with. So guess what? If you're surrounding yourself with 5 bums right now, guess who the 6th bum is, right? But if you're hanging out with 5 bosses, guess who the 6th boss is, right? So keep killing it, keep crushing it. Again, consistency, action, and time, and just go get it. Anything is possible.
Thank you so much. Guys, let's put some bombs in there in the chat, because we are having some bombs drop today. Look at all of this consistency, right? Showing up, right? Events, right? Your mind's gonna expand. Talking about G-Wagons, massaging chairs. I mean, who doesn't want it? If you don't show up, that's because you don't want it. If you want it, you're going to be there. So I've been dropping the link in the chat. That way there's no excuse. You have the little link, just click on it, boom, get your ticket, and we're going to see you there. It's going to be super amazing. Remember, this is a company event. All right, it's going to be super grand. It's for MDC, the mother company. All right, so all the brands will be represented. It's going to be wild, okay? Thousands of people will be joining us. It's going to be a wild event where everyone will be able to meet everyone that you've been seeing on the shows, on the internet, on the commercials for MDC, for Koshax, all of the above. You will have an opportunity. So let's speak about, maybe give some tips. Can you guys provide some practical tips, right, or strategies for traders to actively seek, right, and cultivate their mind shifts, like even outside of events or workshops? Okay, how can traders continuously work on improving their mindset? Is there some type of, strategy they should be using with notebooks, so forth and etc.? And we'll start with you, Carlos.
Yeah, definitely. There's a couple of things that people should do. I talked about in one of my sessions where you can, you want to document everything, create a trading journal. But one thing that another thing that you can do is read, right? So I don't know if you can see this. Hold on, let me stop the blur in the background, but right, read. So here's one thing that's really important. Leaders are readers. Every millionaire has a library. You want to write that one down. So leaders are readers, and every millionaire has a library. And I read books on trading that teach different strategies. And I also read books like David Goggins here that helps you with your mindset. Really important. And what I do every single morning, and I'm consistent with this, I've been doing this for like 20 years. I wake up, you want to be consistent, right? It's called a slight edge effect. So all I do, because I don't really enjoy reading that much. So what I do is I read 10 pages of a good book. Guys, 10 pages. Now people say, oh, I can do that with no problem. The key is to read 10 pages every day forever, right? So when it's just like working out. There's people that go to a gym too many times and they're not consistent and then they burn themselves out. Same thing with reading. You want to take 10, 15 minutes, read 10 pages, and you are done. You want to do this early in the morning so that your mindset is shifting in the right direction, right? And I do that every single day. And you want to read books that are going to help you with the mindset and books that are going to help you with new skills. So trading books and so on and so forth. Now, this one here, this Trading Wisdom, little tiny book, but the first lesson here is treat your money right or it will find a new owner. You know, I had to learn that the hard way, right? And for those of you who are already making a lot of money, that's when you really learn it the hard way, because you do not respect the money. That's why I'm not a binary trader, right? Because I like gambling. And every time I put 20 grand in an account, I end up blowing it just having a couple of drinks, even though I know what I'm doing. And I just go balls to the wall on the trade, right? Just for fun. And I end up getting wrecked. So I've learned, this is a shift, that binary options and Forex is not for Carlos at all. Even though I can call out a trade, and that shift right there, becoming an expert in one area, you cannot be an expert in all areas. There is not a professional in this world that trades everything. And that is a shift that still a lot of people, even people listening right now, you haven't been in the game long enough. So that clicks for you. You need to stay in your lane and find that thing that you're going to fall in love with, but you can't trade Forex, binary, and crypto. You just can't. You just can't. And if you do it, you're not going to be a millionaire doing it, or you're not going to be a millionaire doing all three. So you need to be able to find that place and shift and realize that, you know what? I'm a crypto trader. I'm going to be the best crypto trader. I'm going to be the best cryptocurrency educator. I'm going to be the best crypto investor, and just study and refine and practice and attend events for that space. I stay away from everything else, right? And I still see people to this day that that hasn't clicked for them yet. They want to do it all. They think they can do it all, and then they get wrecked. Eventually, they will get wrecked. Even the guys who think they're making money right now will eventually get wrecked because you're spread too thin. You're spread too thin. Now, for the Forex traders and the binary options traders, get good at that. And then with crypto, one of the beautiful things, and Jay and I talk about this all the time, where it's multiple streams of crypto. Here's something that you guys could all take to the bank. The richest people in crypto are not traders. The same thing in the stock market. The richest people are people that acquire the asset, right? So they acquire the asset long-term. So make your money, and Z said this in the beginning. Start off with binary, build up your bankroll, and then use that money to invest into crypto. Not to trade crypto, but to acquire crypto assets that you could make a lot of money from in the future, right? And when you attend this event, right, make sure you come up to me. Ask me any questions you want. Ask all of the educators as many questions as you want. Take photos, take videos, use up that content, right? You're going to get some nuggets, right? And I'll tell you what, for those of you who we live in Florida, so there's a lot of exotic cars here. We can get exotic cars with no problem. I used to think that you needed a lot of money to get exotic cars. And you actually don't need a lot of money to get exotic cars. But you need to be around the right people that can show you how to do the same thing with like Rolexes and all of those things, right? So here's one thing that I'm going to drop some little knowledge for you right now. And hopefully this is some good alpha where you guys can go out there and get an exotic car. January, I subscribe to all of the BMWs, all of these different magazines and websites so I can get alerts. And I do it to all of the local dealerships. I got an alert that a brand new A40 BMW, right, the M series, became available, right? So what did I do? I called up the dealership and I said, look, is this car still available? They said, yes, it is. I said, here's what I want. I like the price. It was like 110,000 and change. I said, look, I like the price. I'm not going to put no money down. It's going to go to work. I'm going to put it to work on Turo. I'm not paying no taxes. I want you to include it all into the price. And if you can make that work, well, send me all the documentation. I'll fill it out, and then I'll take an Uber and I'll go pick up the car. The next day, finance called me. They said they made it work, like $1,600 payment. They included everything into the car note. And guess what I did? I picked up the car, not a single dollar out of my pocket. I put it to work on Turo. I took some pictures. I put it to work and I rented it out 4 times for $250 each, right? So now, if I rent that car out 10 times, that's $2,500. I'm making $900 in cash flow. I drive an exotic, beautiful car for no money. And it cost me no money to get it. I will show you how to do that, right? You could ask me and I'll teach you how to do that. And that's just one example. Same thing with crypto, and Jay can probably touch on this as well. Because you got crypto assets, whenever I need money, I just borrow against my crypto. So I remember a Rolex came up, and it came up at a really good price. What I did, I put up some Ethereum over on Aave, and then I borrowed a couple of grand against my Ethereum. I bought the watch, I flipped the watch, I made free money, and I was able to pay back the loan, take the profit, and still have all of my Ethereum. Think about that. Now, that is a lesson that I learned from other people by being around money makers. Guys, get to this event, ask all the questions you want. You'll be shocked at what you're going to learn. You'll be able to earn multiple streams of income through multiple ways. But guys, you got to get serious. Right now is the time. There's never been a better time to get serious, and you deserve it. Look in the mirror. Your family deserves it. And if it's meant to be, you got to say it's up to me. Nobody else is going to do this thing for you, but you got to get to these events so that you can learn the skills.
Thank you so much. How much, guys, listen, if you're missing these calls here on Mondays, you can go ahead and tell everybody on the chats and everything that they are missing out, because this was free information here. He just dropped some knowledge on how you're able to go get a vehicle for zero, right? And actually turn around and make money. Let me see some fire in this chat, because that right there is priceless. That's some gems, guys. That is a straight gem. Where else are you going to get information like this? This is right off the press. Fire. Exactly. All right. And this is what we're speaking about. And now, if you go to the event, you'll be able to go up to him, shake his hand, and he can go ahead and go into details with you and really help you get that set up, or strategize how you're going to be able to get that set up and do that for yourself. And it's like he said, you're the only person that can do this. No one can do it for you. You have to step outside of that box, right? Take that lid off, buy that ticket, and get yourself there. All right. By train, plane, automobile, I don't know, whatever you need to do, Uber, whatever you need to do, got to get there. All right. So that's the bottom line. And where are you going to stay? Put it in the chats. There's a lot of Airbnbs that are going on. Somebody may have a couch or something to get you there, but you got to get there and you got to put the effort. All right. So let's go to Ms. Z. Let's ask you, what are any specific techniques or exercises that you would recommend that would help them develop a more adaptable and growth-orientated mindset? And that really, with you and you're in binary trading, I mean, that's a whole different level of trading. Very quick. So that means emotions are flying. And I know, because I used to get on your classes all the time. And then I realized, it's like Mr. Carlos said, you can't be the master of it all. That's it. You just got to focus where you're at, So Z, what do you feel that they can incorporate into their practices, into their daily routine and so forth?
So people we're like the stepchild of trading, I would say. Binary is like the stepchild, essentially, because of the fact that it can be so fast that people consider it gambling. However, it's not gambling if you know how to read the market, do what you do. It's the instant gratification that people think of it as gambling. But what it is that in binary, it requires discipline to the 19th power, right? It requires emotional intelligence that you need to have. You need to have, like, when you understand that you're getting excited, when you are like not feeling the best, when you're not mentally okay. And then it's like repetition. It's repetition. So I know it's about reading. Like for me, it's not like I read books, of course. I read books. I read books. I know that mindset. I know what can take you to another level is writing it down and reflecting, but also for me, because I so actively trade, is knowing what your trading style is, right? So for me, I have like a very I have ADHD. So for me, like, and to have ADHD and to do binary is just like kind of crazy, but it is what it is. It works for me. But I play music. People really like love my music, but the music calms me down. Like the music helps me to focus. And the music is like my white noise in the background because it's something that I know and it's something that can just like have me in the groove. There's students that also know, like, when Z is feeling the music, we are going crazy in the market, right? The music is my thing. So I say everybody trading journey is different, but you have to know your trading style. So you have to know, right? Obviously you have to read books, but if you don't read books, listen to the audios, right? Go on the YouTube and have a YouTube version of it. Like there's alternatives, like for what the route is. Like it's like calling an audible of the same route in football, right? You know that you're gonna do run a play, but you may have to shift it in order for it to work for you. So I think a strategy is knowing what works for you, right? I can't, right? I can't probably get on a Carlos call and study it for the longest, right? As much as I want to, I'm probably like the type, like I know I'm the type for Carlos student that'd be like, all right, Carlos, I got like 10,000. Where do I need to put this money? I'm gonna just let it rock and I'm gonna check it that. Like, you got that. And he understands that for binary. You know what I mean? And this is another reason what Josh was talking about earlier with why people are so interested in AI technology, because we can't do it all, right? But when you do want to have something that is for you, right, you have to know what is for you. So I say, because we're all going to say the same thing somehow with books, I say the thing is know yourself, like, but you have to do that inner work for you that is going to know what's taking you to the higher levels, not that inner work that's keeping you content and complacent. Like the stuff that you got to literally take inventory. So taking inventory on when you are making money, what are you doing? And when you are like having those low days, what happened during those days? Do more of those money making days, less of those low income days, and just watch the scale tilter in your favor.
Perfect. Like she could not have said it any perfect. Guys, it's all about what? The mind, getting your mindset straight, right? And these events are here for that, to really help you capitalize and get you there and get you prepared. So let's see. Yep. So I dropped the link. Okay. So you can invest in yourself. You can grab your ticket. Don't get left behind. All right. This event is only once a year. You got to be there. I'm telling you, it's going to be insane. Great individuals, great opportunity, lots of learning. The owner of the company is going to be there. We have some mindset training with Mark Aceta. He's going to be there. Grand speakers. So this is the start of your lifetime journey, right? Your journey into this arena make sure to say, or this era of your life, right? This era, this time period. All right. And we really want to catapult you into a different level. Okay. It's time to elevate yourself. So make sure you guys are tapping in and make sure you're plugging in to get that ticket. Okay. So lastly, but not least, Jay, how do you see the role, right, of mindset shifts and attending events evolving in the future of trading? And not only but trading, but also in crypto, because, you know, for myself as a speaker and being part of these huge crypto events, like, guys, you know, you meet people from all over the world, you know, and it's just knowledge after knowledge, and you're getting all this information. And I know by the end of the day, I'm like, wow, like I take pictures of everyone I speak to, because that's the only way I'm going to remember who I spoke with. You know, with the card, I take a picture of the card, take a picture with the person, and tag it all together so I can remember. But remember, your network is your net worth. So if you're not networking and shaking hands and putting yourself in front of individuals, it's never going to happen. All right. Because in life, right, how you do one thing is how you do it all. So if you're not out there networking and shaking hands and speaking to people, it's not going to happen. How are you going to sell a house? How are you going to buy a token if you don't know about the token because they didn't introduce you? How are you going to even know about binary if you didn't shake Asia's hand so she can tell you how you need to press that button or not press that button? You see what I'm saying, guys? All right. So Jay, can you elaborate on that and how you feel about the future, how everything is going? Because I mean, the market is going crazy. The bull run is progressing and AI is taking over. So Jay, fill us in.
Yep. So I love talking about the future, right? Because at the end of the day, guys, crypto is the future. And, you know, blockchain technology, one of the things that we really, really have to realize is that it is in its beginning stages, right? This is like, you know, Albert Einstein barely creating the light bulb. This shit just started flickering. You know what I mean? So you have to realize that this is in its beginning stages. So as new technology emerges, like, you know, Apple is coming out with their AR technology, you know, Facebook changed their whole name, you know, multi-billion-dollar company changed their whole name to Meta. That's for a reason. You guys need to go ahead and, you know, really start paying attention to what's going on. Now, you know, I'm going to keep it real with you guys. The elimination of jobs is coming. It's coming, right? Especially with the advancement of technology, with the advancement of where the world is heading. If you are not making money digitally, that is you're making a huge mistake, right? And the reason I say that is because if you look at these mega corporations, and especially in America, we live in a capitalistic country, right? So we live in this capitalistic country that's focused on expedited growth monetarily. They're going to go ahead and cut costs as much as they can. So, you know, you look at companies like Amazon, you look at companies like eBay, you could look at companies like Apple. They're going to want to use AI technology. They're going to want to use, you know, the metaverse technology, AR technology to try to eliminate and cut costs as much as possible. So how does that play into our role, right? You need to learn how to use digital technology to make money. And that's why, you know, I call myself the Wi-Fi investor, because everything that I do is done online. I have never and never will open up a physical business ever. Right. And the reason I do that, right, is because I believe that there's enough money and enough traction behind the digital economy that it's absolutely mind blowing. So, you know, when we really like this into perspective, the growth that is happening, the technological growth that is happening, the mindset growth that is happening, you know, people are waking up, right? They're starting to look at things in a different perspective. And if you're on this call, you're one of those people. So use this to your advantage. These are skills that you will use for the rest of your life, right? Like for example, if you're on the calls with me, Carlos, Z, you know, when you learn something and the way that our bodies and our human mind works neurologically, once we learn something and we start executing it, we're going to retain that information forever. Right. So it only grows from there. So the fact that you are attending these events, the fact that you're attending these live sessions, the fact that you're even on this call today says a lot about you, because you're already transitioning into this digital era. Right. So the future is great for you, but it's going to be scary for the people that don't have the mindset yet. And that ties into, the topic for today, which was mindset shifts, right? Very, very important to realize you already are here and you're already having the mindset shift of like, hey, money can be made online. It can be made by networking. It can be made in different ways other than doing hard labor. Because we're past the industrial age, guys. We're heading into this digital age. So many crazy technologies are coming out. Chat GPT is eliminating jobs as we speak, like the whole nutritionists, physical trainers, like those guys are gone in the next year, right? Those guys are just absolutely gone. And it's absolutely crazy to think about, what that technology is doing, right? It's a double-edged sword. There's the positive, there's the negative. But, if you are in this company, you're looking at it on a positive level. And I promise you, again, with time, action, and consistency, you are going to go ahead and get yourself to the next level. So use and embrace this technology to your advantage. Use and embrace that mindset shift to your advantage, because that is the key to really, being part of this digital revolution. Now, as far as like crypto goes, like I am so excited where it's heading right now. We're going through all these regulatory changes. We know that the global financial system is going to change, right? The governments are starting to introduce CBDCs, which are, digital currencies, right? They want to replace, fiat currency, which is like just the US dollar, like the paper dollar. They want to replace that, right? Even the government is starting to have a mindset shift, right? And they're going after crypto because crypto is peer-to-peer, right? Me and Carlos don't got to tell the government anything when it comes to crypto, right? So they don't like the fact that it's decentralized. But the thing is, cryptocurrency is like a virus. It's already out there. There are millions and millions of people that are already using this technology, and it's only going to grow from there. It's in its baby stages. So if you guys are in these sessions, if you guys are learning about these markets today, especially when it comes to crypto, just know that you're in the beginning, right? You're learning about the advancement. And during the next bull run, I promise you guys are going to be mind blown. You're going to be like, man, I am so glad I was on that call with all those people on Akashex. I attended those live sessions, and now my portfolio is just exploding. And then, like Carlos said, then you call up the BMW dealership like, yo. So, keep killing it, guys. Keep killing it.
All right. Thank you so much. And there it is, guys. It's like I've been saying, and we're all saying, like this era right now is just expanding at a rate that's very, it's moving fast. All right. All of this is moving very quickly. So you have to make sure that you keep surrounding yourself around the fire. Make sure that you guys are tapping in. And I want to congratulate each and every one of you guys for being on this call. Okay. Because if you were not on this call, you would have not heard about the Turo. You would have not known that, hey, you can borrow against the crypto. You would have not known other things as well. This is great information that you're learning. So, we want to make sure that we're sharing this information with those that we care about, those on our teams. Make sure that we're prompting them to, hey, make sure you get on this call on Mondays, because you need to be tapped in to get this information. If I'm going to get this information, you should too, because it's about sharing, right? So guys, I would like to have all the educators, if you can drop your social media link in the chat. That way everyone can start following you along. Okay. And I'm just going to go one by one. And if you could tell everyone what day and time your classes are on, that way they're able to tap in and start following along and getting on these classes and getting their information. So let's start with you, Jay. If you can go ahead, your time, your day that your classes are on.
Yep. So I'm on Saturdays, Sundays, and Tuesdays at 8 a.m. PST. So, when you guys jump in, I like taking advantage of my time. So if it's 30, 40 minutes, we're just going to go ahead and dive into it. I don't like to BS. We just get into it and learn something new. We analyze the market. So make sure you guys jump on those calls, because I promise you, on every single call, you will learn something new, and it will lead to that compound growth inside of your financial life and your mindset.
Perfect. And how about for you, Miss Asia?
Hey guys, how you doing? So my calls are 7 a.m. on Tuesdays, 12 p.m. on Wednesdays, and 11 a.m. Thursdays and Fridays. But stay tuned, because at one point it might all be at the same time, but we'll see after the event, right?
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. And Carlos?
Hey, so my sessions are Mondays and Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's New York City time, Miami time. And then on Wednesday, it's at 7 p.m. Eastern. 7 p.m. Now, this Friday, I will be traveling, so there won't be a session this Friday, but we will be back the following week. So join me this weekend. I mean, I'll see you guys live, but join me this coming Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, perfect. And I see one of the students said, what was the question? What plans are there for the African market? Reason is the time zones don't match at all. Okay, so the company is growing. So you just got to be a little bit patient, okay? Because we do have more educators, more education coming. So the time zones are going to be expanding. So we are going to continue to expand as a team and as a company, okay? So thank you so much. All right, guys. So that wraps it up for today's call. All right, we are here live with Akashex, the Traders Inner Circle, every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And next week, I'll see you guys here. Also, make sure to grab your tickets for the view that is this weekend. All right, so I guess I'll see you soon, and we'll see you all at the top, because the bottom is just way too crowded, guys. You have a great day. God bless. Bye.
Take care, everybody. Bye.